Alright, so the first thing we're actually going to see on here is our myKW login page. Alright, so kw.onelogin.com or mykw.kw.com, either one should take you to the same location, will allow you to access the KW intranet. Alright, so the KW intranet is going to be the back end of where you can basically access pretty much anything and everything for KW. Alright, this is going to have access to your website, it's going to have access to your CRM, to your transactions, it's going to have access to your training. Alright, this is where you'll want to spend a good bulk of your time. So all you have to do to sign in, pretty simple, just put inside your username, all right, and then put inside your password as well, all right, and then just click login. Now, if you ever forget your password, there is a forgot password option on here. This forgot password link will only send it to your KW.com email as of April 3rd. All right, so as of April 3rd, this will only send it to your KW.com email. All right, so I'm going to log in real quick on here. Oh no, did I type it in wrong? There we go. Alright, so when in doubt, make sure you type it in properly. Alright, and there is a new add-on on here for OneLogin. Alright, so this might take you to the back end of OneLogin, as you can see over here. Alright, these are going to be different apps that you can link up with that's based on your kw.onelogin.com login. Alright, so on here we can access CGI, .loop, we can access our green sheets, our intranet, alright, a bunch of different places. Now, the main place that we'd want to focus on is going to be the KW intranet. All right, this will pretty much encompass just about everything on here with the exception of KW video. All right, so KW intranet is the main thing that we'd want to focus on. All right, and this is our myKW.kw.com platform. All right, so just to give you guys a little bit of a brief overview on the KW platform that we're seeing right now, this is your home page. All right, so the top left, you're going to have your White Pages profile. All right, and this is your profile that will actually display over on KW.com. Alright, so if you go to KW.com and you search for an agent and you see your information pop up, this is where it comes from. Alright, so getting your profile as close to 100% as possible is what you'll want to shoot for. Alright, now at the end of the day, obviously you don't have to get it all the way up to 100%. I'm going to give you a couple of quick tips later on today of some of the bigger items you might want to update, alright, just to make sure that this is standing out as much as possible. Alright, now people are going to search for you over on Google and your profile will actually display relatively high because it's linked up with the KW.com website. Alright, so just to give you a heads up. Alright, now below that, you also happen to have the reports section. Alright, so if you ever want to pull any of your reports, you're definitely more than welcome to. You can pull them 24/7. Alright, there's also a section on here where you can search for an agent via the White Pages. I'm going to show you in a second the new way to search for agents via the referral section on KW Connect. Alright, now obviously you can still search this way too, so either one works perfectly. Now in the middle of our home page, you do have to have Adobe Flash on your computer. Alright, so make sure you have Adobe Flash installed. Alright, so as you can see, I'm going to run it real quick. Here we go. Alright, this is where you can actually view all of your production. Alright, now your production on your dashboard is basically just going to show your previous months for the past year. Alright, production, basically your GCI, it's going to show obviously your anniversary date, alright, your production trends, it'll show a couple ratios on here. So as you can see on the left-hand side, we're able to see all of our contracts written versus contracts closed immediately. Then we can choose any of these other options on here to switch between them too. And if you notice, it only goes for the past year. Alright, so even though March just ended for March 2018, it hasn't updated quite yet. Alright, so once transmittal ends, which happens at the end of the month, I think KWRI will update these statistics, and this will update for you. So anything that's closing right now or anything that may be written currently in April will not display on here immediately. So I just want to give you guys a heads up on that. Alright, but then you can also see your GCI, how much you've paid back to the Market Center, how much you have remaining, and then obviously your anniversary date. Alright, then you can also view a couple different ratios on the right-hand side too. Alright, now once again, you can also view all the full reports up here at the very, very top, alright, or over at the top left. Alright, so either one will work. So you can actually view additional reports on your income, on obviously anything you want to see KW-wise, on your rankings. All right, completely up to you. Now in the middle of the screen, we have the E-Edge control panel. All right, this E-Edge control panel that's displaying on here is going to be a big focal point of what we're going to take a look at today. All right, so just going over all 6 of these items real quick, we have the My Leads section. Anytime anyone ever contacts you via your website, via your app, via your profile, all right, it's going to pop up as a new lead on here. All right, so whenever they create an account, it'll come up as a brand new lead. Now, when it comes up as a new lead, that automatically means that someone's tried to contact you, so you'll want to get in touch with them as soon as possible. All right, now these leads will also display under the My Contact section. All right, the My Contact section is basically your database. So if anyone says add this person to your database or add them to your CRM, this is the main place they're talking about. All right, so this is going to be your entire contacts, your address book in theory, where you can add different people that you meet, you can add different prospects, all right, whatever it might be. All right, now adding a contact is very simple. You can actually click that plus sign on here and click on Add New Contacts if you'd like to. All you need to add a contact is 3 items. All right, you need a first name, you need a last name, and you need some type of contact, whether it's going to be an email address, a phone number, or a property address. Now you can add even more information than that, but that is the bare minimum to get this contact added in. All right, now you can't have duplicate contacts as well. So for instance, you can have multiple John Smiths, but you can't have multiple johnsmith@gmail.com. All right, so I just want to give you guys a heads up on that too. All right, now over here we also happen to have the My Marketing section. The My Marketing section is where you can access pretty much all of your marketing pieces you might want to utilize. All right, so whether it's going to be email or print marketing pieces, this is where you can check them out. All right, so under My Marketing, you can actually click on Create Marketing Materials if you want to create all of your different marketing pieces. All right, or manage and create campaigns as well. All right, so in this case, you can actually go through and create different email or print marketing campaigns, or even a combo of both. Now, just to give you a heads up, under Create Marketing Materials, obviously you can find all your different templates to utilize. All right, whether it's going to be print or email marketing ones, and then obviously under campaigns you'll find both of those. Now, obviously, if you're going to order any type of printing, there is a cost involved, but you can download them as a PDF if you want to print them off yourself. And you are able to send out 5,000 emails per month. All right, 5,000 emails each month. So I just want to give you a heads up on that. All right, now even further below, we happen to have the My Email section. This is going to be for your eEdge email address, or your eEdge email. Now, the eEdge email only has to be used when sending out emails from the platform. All right, outside of that, it does not have to be used at all. In fact, whenever you first send out the email from the platform, it'll automatically give you the option of to have any replies go to a different email address. All right, we're going to show you how to update that later on. All right, so if you do need to access your eEdge messages, if someone sends you an email there directly, all right, you can click on eEdge messages to access that immediately. Now, My Transactions is your .loop account. So if you're looking to start a buyer or seller transaction, or you need them to sign a contract, this is where you can go. All right, all the documents are going to be online. All right, so that way you can actually just literally send it off to the person that needs to sign this. All right, and then once they actually receive it, they can just click to sign and it'll come right back over to you. All right, so moving forward, you don't have to print everything off. You don't have to import PDFs, nothing of that sort. All right, so this will help out tremendously. Now below that, you also happen to have action plans. All right, action plans are basically task-oriented items that you'll need to do. All right, so in this case, under the action plan section, all right, you can actually go through and see what you need to do for a buyer, what you need to do for a seller, for an open house, all right, or you can create your own plans too. All right, so it's completely up to you at the end of the day. But if you're like me and you like to have certain things that you check off whenever you've completed them, this might be perfect for you. All right, so that is just kind of the eEdge control panel in a very brief nutshell on here. Now you also happen to have the My Market Center intranet down here at the bottom left. All right, the My Market Center intranet is going to be an intranet for your office only. So if I click on this, it would take me over to the Vancouver, Washington Market Center 513 intranet. All right, this is where I can actually view the office calendar. This is where I can actually view all the documents the office may have uploaded. All right, I can view all the different items that people have posted out about new listings or open houses. All right, it's basically just an internal group for your office only. So I just want to give you an idea of how you can access that. All right, so that is just kind of the eEdge control panel in a very brief nutshell on here. Now at the very top, obviously, you do have some additional toolbar options in this black bar. All right, and there are a couple that I always like to highlight. All right, number one, and I would definitely suggest checking this out later on today or later on this week, is KW Connect. All right, KW Connect under the Education tab is an online portal just for Keller Williams agents or Keller Williams staff to utilize. All right, and it's basically all Keller Williams agents in one location, sharing training ideas, uploading different items that you can utilize. All right, it's a very cool little kind of social media portal that'll help you out tremendously with all things Keller Williams. All right, so if I click on KW Connect on here, all right, this is what it's going to look like. All right, so when taking a look at this, we can actually search for courses. videos, users, and so much more. All right, at the very, very top up here, you can actually look at different memberships. You can view your office calendar and even the region calendar on here. You can view different resources that are available. You can ask agents questions. You can ask Kelly, the new AI software, different options as well. All right, and FYI, if you have not downloaded Kelly, please go to the App or Play Store and type in Kelly, K-E-L-L-E, so basically Keller without the R. All right, and then you can download that immediately. It's very similar to Siri or Alexa, except it's going to help out with all of your KW tools. All right, you can also access the My Referrals section on here too, and this is the other place I was telling you about where you can actually send off referrals to other agents around the country, and you can grow your referral network. All right, or you can even access your Career Growth Initiative or your CGI calculator in the growth section. All right, now this is something that obviously the MCA will help to launch so that way you can have all of your goals ready to go for the month or for the year. All right, so that way you know exactly what you need to do in order to reach the goal that you're looking for. All right, but very, very similar to kind of searching on YouTube or just searching in Google, you can search for whatever it is you might be looking for, and then you can even see some of the newer videos that have popped up down here too. All right, so it's pretty cool. I can actually take a look at everything on here, and you can see that other agents are posting stuff outside of, obviously, KW staff like Diana Kokoska. All right, so it's pretty cool how everything is all intertwined on here. All right. Unfortunately, they don't have a back to myKW option on here quite yet, but that's okay. So I'm going to type in mykw.kw.com. All right, the next section that I do want to take a look at is under the marketing section. Now, don't let this marketing section confuse you with the My Marketing section that we saw previously. All right, because My Marketing is where you'll be able to do all of your different marketing pieces, whereas the marketing section on here is really meant just for kind of bare minimum marketing stuff. Now, obviously, you do have logos and branding. So if you're ever looking for any type of KW logo or even potentially your office logo, this will help out tremendously. All right, now outside of that, you also happen to have the business basics. All right, now under business basics, this is where you can actually go through and view on the biggest thing, letterhead. All right, everyone always asks about letterhead in this case. All right, so in this case, if you want to access any type of Word document letterhead, you can find that under business basics. Now these are just going to be basic marketing items you can utilize. So once again, please do not let that confuse you with the My Marketing section, because that's where you can actually find all of your marketing pieces, like listing and buyer presentations, postcards, flyers, e-greetings, anything of that sort. Now above here, we also happen to have the technology section. All right, and under technology, this is where you can access a good amount of information on your technology. All right, who would have thought? All right, a couple things I always like to point out. Number one, you have the KW website section on here. This is your newer Playster website. All right, this site launched about 2 years ago, and it's kind of the new website for KW agents to utilize. All right, so to access the back end of your Playster site, you just click on the KW websites option. All right, and then this is what it should look like. All right, it should pop up and say your KW agent website. It'll have a little bit of a brief overview, and then it'll say your new website is ready, go to my website. All right, as long as it has that red button on here that says your new website is ready, go to my website, then you are perfect. All right, now we don't go over Playster in this class, we just kind of show you where to access it, but we do have Playster classes every Wednesday this month. So tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll have a Playster 201 class, all right, that'll actually go over how to take the Playster platform to the next level. Now, if you don't have this red button that says go to my website, that's okay. All right, in this case, if it's just popping up saying that your site is still being created, you'll need to have a KW.com email created, and we're going to go over that in a second. All right, and then the office will need to add your MLS ID to the white pages. Now, once they add your MLS ID to the white pages, then that'll allow this to launch right away. Usually about 24, 48 hours later to launch for you. All right, so I just want to give you an idea as to where you can access the back end of your Playster site. Now, additionally, you also happen to have the KWLS. Now, the KWLS stands for the Keller Williams Listing System. All right, that is basically where you want to have all of your listings as soon as they become active. All right, so in this case, when I click on KWLS, it should open up a new window or a new tab on here, typically a new window. All right, and once we do that, as you can see, then it pops up listings at a glance. So that way we can view all of our different listings on here. All right, we can actually get an overview of all the listings we currently have in the KWLS. All right, how many are active, expired, she has one that's TNC. All right, and then we also happen to have this single point of entry option. Now you want your listings active and accepted, all right, inside the KWLS as soon as possible so they can syndicate out to different websites like Zillow and Trulia. All right, so in this case on here, she has 3 active listings. All right, so those listings should be populating out on different websites. They say approximately 150 sites, but the two biggest ones being Zillow and Trulia. All right, now if you happen to have this option down here at the bottom that says single point of entry, that means that your office is List Hub enabled. They have the KW connector, so your listings will automatically syndicate over to the KWLS. All right, so in this case, you want to leave that box checked. All right, once that box is checked and it's selected, you are all good to go. All right, that means that whenever your listing is active inside the MLS, it should automatically start to feed over to the KWLS, all right, as long as that MLS ID is in the back end of your white pages to link it up. Now, if you don't have single point of entry, some offices have something called single entry listing. All right, that's a third-party platform that'll do pretty much the same thing, where it'll automatically feed this over for you. All right, or if you don't have List Hub or single entry listing, you can just click the Create a Listing option up here at the top, all right, and create that listing immediately. Now, the KWLS will not ask for as much information as the MLS typically asks for. All right, so in this case, it won't be as lengthy of what you need to fill out. All right, but you want your listings inside the KWLS as soon as possible. All right, now once again under Technology, we also happen to have the Change Password section. So if you ever want to update your password for your myKW platform, this is where you'd want to go. All right, now the password has to be between 8 and 20 characters with an uppercase, lowercase, and at least one number. All right, so just to give you a heads up on that. But you can change your password 24/7. So if you decide to change it once a month, once every 3 months, once a year, all right, this is where you can access that immediately. Now you can also set up your KW.com email and change the KW.com email password on here too. All right, so once we click on KW email, here we go. All right, as you can see, KW Google Apps for Business email. Brand yourself as Keller Williams Realty agent by signing up for a KW.com email address. Now, the KW.com email address is basically a Gmail account. So if you've ever used Gmail before, this is going to be very, very similar. All right, all you'd have to do is go to gmail.com to sign in, all right, and then you'll be able to access it immediately. All right, now the one cool thing about this is you'll actually get double the amount of normal storage that a Gmail account would give you. All right, so instead of getting 15 gigabytes of online storage, you'll get 30. All right, so under Google Drive, you can upload documents, you can upload images, videos, all right, whatever you'd like to save on there, so you can access that 24/7. All right, now to see if you're set up, you can always click the sign up option at the top right to see if you do have an email address already signed up. All right, if not, it'll actually take you through the steps to set up that email immediately. All right, and the cool part is it doesn't take 24 to 48 hours for this to activate. It is now automatically approved, so you can access it right away. Now, the KW email does have to be between 4 and, I think it's 16 characters now. It still says 20 on there, but we were informed a little bit ago that it might be 16 now. All right, so it has to be at least 4 characters, we'll say that. All right, it has to be all lowercase letters. You can't have uppercase letters. All right, you can also include numbers, dots, dashes, underscores. All right, but there are a slew of words that you can't utilize, like the word real estate. You can't use realty. You can't use KW unless your initials, MCA unless they're your initials. All right, you can't use realtor. All right, you can't use RE unless they're your initials. All right, so there are a bunch of different kind of trademarked items that you won't be able to utilize. All right, but if you use your first and last name, for instance, or maybe you happen to have a group or a team name, you can add that in immediately. Now, if it is set up, you can always click the Manage Your KW Email option. All right, under Manage Your KW Email, this is where you can actually find the back end of your KW email to change the password. All right, that's the biggest question we always receive is, I'm locked out of my KW.com email. How do I change the password? All right, that'll be through this back end on the KW intranet. So once I click on Manage Your KW Email, all right, as you can see, she currently has a KW.com email set up of Lori Godfrey at KW.com. All right, over here, all right, we already have forwarding set up too, so she's actually forwarding Lori Godfrey at KW.com to go over her primary email. All right, and if we scroll down even further, you can actually see the new password option. All right, so on here, it actually is saying the password has to be between 8 and 20 characters with an uppercase, lowercase, and at least one number. All right, similar to your myKW password too. So if you ever need to change your KW.com email password, this is where you'd want to go. All right, now to sign in, it's very, very simple. You just go to gmail.com like you're signing into a normal Gmail account. There we go. All right, so I'm going to log into mine real quick. Awesome. If I can type it in properly. There we go. All right, and once I sign into my Gmail account, then it'll pop up immediately for me. All right, so here's my myKW.com email. Now, if you notice, this looks exactly like a Gmail account. All right, pretty much verbatim because it's powered by Google. All right, the only difference is you're going to have 30 gigabytes of online storage, and when you send out an email, it's going to come from myKW.com instead of gmail.com. All right, so those are the two big differences. All right, so that being said, you can compose an email up here. You can go through and view your sent mail. All right, obviously you can scroll down and you can view your spam or your trash. All right, same thing before. You can view your mail, your contacts, your tasks. All right, this is basically just a Gmail account. Now, if you want to add this over to your phone or over to your tablet, you'd add it the exact same way that you would add a Gmail account. So that's the good part about it. Nothing really too big is going to change on here. All right, so I always like to show people how you can sign into that, just so you can access that immediately. Now, if you ever need to get back over to the myKW homepage, if you see this black bar up here at the top, there are usually 3 ways to get back to that homepage. All right, way number 1 is to click the myKW option. All right, that'll automatically take you back to that homepage. All right, way number 2 is to click the home button. Now, that'll actually open up a brand new tab. All right, in this case, if you open up a brand new tab, this page would stay open as well. All right, so completely up to you if you need to just stay on this page but go back to the home page. All right, or tried and true method, just type in myKW.KW.com. All right, now if you do want to update your profile, you're definitely more than welcome to by clicking the profile option at the top left up here. All right, and once you click on that profile option, it'll take you to your contact information comparison page. Now on here, you'll have the myKW info for the white pages, which is a good amount of what you'll need to get up to 100%, but not everything. You'll have the My Leads section, which is going to be for your KW app. All right, so whenever we get to the KW app, which is going to be next, we'll talk about this, and it will show you another way to access it outside the My Leads section. All right, other My Referrals is actually how you can get up to 100%, so we're going to take a look at that real quick. And then IDX management is a completely different ball game for each office. All right, so it actually depends on your board and how you can actually send this off for approval. All right, so this is your WolfNet IDX that'll link up with, obviously, the KW app. All right, so I'm going to click on the Edit option under Other My Referrals real quick, just so we can take a look at all of the information that'll display on our profile. Now, once again, during the 3-hour class, we'll go through everything to get you completely up to 100%. During the 1-hour class, since we're obviously under a time constraint, I'm just going to go over a couple of the big items that you might want to take a look at later on. All right, so big item number 1 is obviously specialties. That is part of 100%, and this will just help with how you actually specialize in certain items. All right, so you can put inside whatever you want to. I would highly suggest putting a comma and a space between everything, as it is linked up in a straight line. All right, it'll list it out that way. All right, same thing with designations. All right, these are different designations that you currently have in real estate or even designations you have outside of real estate. All right, so feel free to put inside whatever your designation may be, as it will display right next to your name. All right, slogan is part of 100%, so you can put inside whatever you want to. All right, the city service areas are probably the biggest item that you have on here, or at least one of the biggest items. This is how people can search for you when they go to KW.com and they search for an agent inside a specific city. All right, so with that being said on here, whenever you are adding inside service areas, make sure that you save whatever you've updated previously. All right, so save whatever you've updated previously, and then click the Add Service Areas option. All right, then click Add Service Areas, you'll be good to go and you can add them inside. Now, depending on how many cities you add inside, that'll help with how people can search for you on KW.com for an agent. Now, how many people actually go to KW.com and search for an agent? I'm not 100% positive, but I do want to make sure that whenever people do go over there and they are searching for an agent in your area, that you have the chance of populating for them. All right, so scrolling down even further, languages obviously will help out tremendously. I think I clicked on that on accident. She is an English-speaking person. All right, you do need to add inside referral notes just for other agents to actually view you under the white pages for referrals. Now, obviously, there's the new referral section on KW Connect that more agents are utilizing, but for those that are still using the white pages, you definitely want to have that linked up. All right, you do need a headshot. That headshot counts for 10%, and if you don't have a headshot, it'll say camera shy on your profile. So make sure that you add inside a headshot as soon as possible. All right, you can update this at any time, so even if you add inside a temporary headshot, that's no problem at all. All right, below that, you can change your name, obviously last name, and then even your username. All right, you can change your username for the myKW account, but no one else can have it. All right, and it has to be all connected. So if you decide that you want to use your first and last name, it'll just need to be all connected as the username. All right, so mine would be Scott Leroy, all connected. All right, street 1, street 2, city, state, and zip do not actually display anywhere publicly for the public to view, but it does display for other KW agents to view, so just make sure you have your office information in there. All right, business phone and mobile phone are part of 100%, so please put inside your information or your direct line of contact for your business info. I was about to say office info. All right, and the reason for that is because I want to make sure people are contacting you directly. All right, if you go to your KW.com profile, the office phone number will automatically display. All right, so in this case, you probably want to have the business phone and mobile phone displaying instead. All right, so that's going to give you 2 out of 3 options for people to contact you directly. All right, and then the office phone number cannot be taken down. All right, now scrolling past that, you also happen to have your bio on here. All right, this is going to be one of the bigger items where you can actually sell yourself. All right, so we do have a section for bio tips that you guys can take a look at. And I know since we have to go through this class pretty quickly, since it's only an hour long, I'm going to add over how you can actually access this agent's profile so you guys can get some additional help on there too. And I'm going to send you guys over the link over inside our little chat section for our bio tips as well. All right, so in case you're looking for some additional kind of creative juices for your biography information. All right, now I usually suggest 1 to 3 paragraphs talking about what you've done in real estate, what you're intent on doing if you're a brand new agent, all right, or maybe, kind of what you've done previously that'll make you a great real estate agent. All right, so really connect with your audience. Now below that, you do have the display URL for KW.com. All right, this is not part of 100%, but if you don't have that on here, all right, so if you don't have that on here, unfortunately, it will not display your profile publicly to, anyone on the internet. All right, so in this particular case, make sure you add something inside. I highly suggest putting inside usually your first and last name or maybe your team name on here and just putting a dash between each word. All right, that'll be the best for SEO or search engine optimization, basically how you're kind of optimized for the different search engines like Google. All right, so scrolling down even further, the final 2 really, really big items would be display profile on KW.com. Make sure that says yes, so that way you do display for people to view. All right, and then the email option as well. This won't display publicly, but just make sure your business email is added inside here in case other agents contact you. All right, so once you click save, it's going to come up with an exclamation point regardless of whether it saves properly or not. All right, so in this case, mine's going to come up with an exclamation point, and it'll say associate information successfully saved. All right, now if there are any issues on here, it'll automatically pop up letting you know what the issues are. All right, and it'll highlight in red for where you need to go through and update it. But if it says associate information successfully saved, then you are good to go. Now, what I was telling you guys before is a lot of people are going to Google you whenever you give out your business name. So if I search for Lori Godfrey, for instance, all right, so this is the person I was taking a look at. All right, so the first thing that pops up is her website, which is perfect. Next thing that pops up is her website, and then her agent page, which is fantastic. And then scrolling down, look what pops up number 3 for her. All right, is her KW.com profile. All right, so even though everything is kind of switching over to, in this particular case, the KW Connect backend, the KW White Pages profile is still very predominant over on Google and all the different search engines because it's linked with KW.com. All right, so make sure that your profile is set up, optimized, and that it stands out for you. All right, so I'm going to hop back over to the myKW homepage real quick to take a look at the KW app. And if you guys have not downloaded the KW app, please go to the App or Play Store in order to download this immediately. All right, if you go to the App or Play Store, you can search for Keller Williams Realty, and it should pop up. All right, now to access your app from the myKW homepage or the back-end information of the app, you can click the plus sign under My Marketing, like I did, and select Manage E-Agency Website. Now, the E-Agency website is the older website that should have actually kind of gone away a while ago. It's still around, but I always like to think of the capital A under E-Agency as app. All right, so that we can kind of use a little mnemonic device to think about this. All right, so whenever you're looking to update the app, this is where you'll want to go. Now, on the back end of the E-Agency website, there are 3 sections you'll really want to focus on. Here we go. All right, so let me zoom back in real quick. Perfect. All right, so section number 1 is under 1.0 and 1.2, and I'll add this over to our chat section as well. All right, so app setup. All right, so 1.0-1.2 or /1.2. All right, this is where you can actually update your information that will display over on your app. All right, now if we scroll down even further, all right, as you can see, this is where we can actually display the name, email address, and phone number on here. Now, anything that has a red asterisk with the exception of designation, you will need to update. Just want to give you a heads up on that. All right, so with that being said on here, even though, designation is on here, try your hardest, you won't be able to update it. And even though address line 1, city, state, zip, and country are on here, that won't display on your app. That's only for the e-agency site that you won't utilize. All right, so just put inside your office information, you'll be good to go. Now, agent display name, this is where you can put inside your name or your team name or whatever you wish to go by. All right, under email address, this is where you can put inside your email address that you wish people to contact you whenever they actually come over via the app. All right, or under phone number on here, this is where you can actually put inside your actual phone number that you'd like to utilize for people to contact you via text or to call. All right, now once this is updated, all right, you've added inside the name that you want to display, the email address that you wish to utilize for your business, and the phone number you wish to utilize for your business. Click the Save option at the very bottom down here. Now once you click that Save option, it should pop up like it does right now where it says Save Successful. Now when it says Save Successful, this is going to take 72 hours to update on your app, so it's not an immediate turnaround. All right, so if you have your app in front of you and you change something and then all of a sudden you expect it to update right away, wait about 72 hours and it should update. So if you update it today, in theory by Friday, it should be good to go. All right, now the second big place to take a look at would be under 2.0 and then 2.4. So let me add that in again. All right, so then we have 2.0/2.4. All right, and this is where you can actually update your website address that'll display on your app. All right, under your KW app, and once again, if you haven't downloaded it, I guess that's correct. It just sounds weird. Search for Keller Williams Realty on the App or Play Store if you have an iPhone or Android, respectively, to download this right away. All right, now under the My Agent section, you'll actually be able to view a little link that says Visit My Website. Now, if I scroll down under 2.0 and 2.4, there's a hosting section on here. Now, under the hosting section, we're going to have website to display and alternate website. All right, so under website to display, we want to check the option that says alternate. All right, and once you check the option that says alternate, sometimes it might be to the far right of eAgency template for some reason. All right, then you can actually go to the website or alternate website option and put inside your actual alternate website. So in this case, I could put inside whatever website I actually want to display. All right, so what I may highly suggest is putting inside your eEdge website, putting inside your Placer site, all right, whatever you wish to actually display on here. Now you do need to put inside the http:// or the https://. All right, at the end of the day, both of those options would have to be added in order for this to work properly. Now, not only will this display on your app, it'll also display on your profile when someone goes to your profile directly. All right, there'll be a Visit My Website. And once they click on that link, it'll take them over here. All right, now once again, those are the only two sections that you actually need to update. All right, so once I click Save on here, all right, now it's saved successful and we're all good to go. All right, now the final place you want to take a look at is under 4.0 and then 4.5 for mobile property search. All right, so once again, 4.0/4.5. All right, I'm putting all these over inside our little chat section just because I know this class is very, very fast-paced. Now, this is where you can actually view your app information. All right, the info that you're viewing on my screen right now is for Lori Godfrey, so you're going to have different info to use instead. All right, if your information does not pop up, just click the drop-down option if it says none. All right, and then select your market center from the drop-down list. All right, she's a part of 2 market centers, so that's why it comes up twice. All right, from here, it'll actually have your mobile URL you can utilize. All right, that's something that I'd highly suggest putting over on your websites, over on your email signature, putting on your business cards so people can actually download your app right away. All right, below that, you'll actually have your mobile text code. People can text your code to the number 87778. So it's 8 3 7s and the number 8, and they can text that code in which a link will come back allowing them to download your app. And the link that comes back is your app URL. All right, now if someone is a little bit overzealous and maybe downloads the Keller Williams Realty app before you actually give them your information, all right, and it just says Keller Williams Realty at the bottom, they can click the 3 lines at the top left, and once they click the 3 lines, they can go to the My Agent section to add inside your agent code immediately. All right, now once they add inside your agent code, you'll be all good to go. All right, now you can also download and basically right-click and save this. You know, it might say Save Image As, it might say Save Image, depending on your web browser. All right, but you can save your QR code if you wish to utilize the QR code even further. All right, so that way if someone scans your QR code, it'll take them over to your app URL to download immediately. All right, so completely up to you in this case. All right, and then of course below that, we also happen to have our mobile app service area. Now under our mobile app service area, if you leave this blank, it'll automatically display your office city. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up. So at the very bottom, it'll have your name that you had in that 1.2 section, and then below that, it'll actually have your office city. Now if you want to instead, for the mobile app service area, you can put inside whatever you want to. All right, usually up to around 45 characters. I haven't done the exact count, but it's around 45 characters. All right, so in this case, you can put inside servicing, you know, in her case, Greater Portland and Greater Washington area. All right, or Greater Oregon and Greater Washington. All right, so you can put inside whatever you want to on here. I've seen other people put inside their cell phone numbers again. I've seen them put inside their slogans on here. All right, completely up to you. Now, once that is completed, just click the Save option at the very bottom. And if you did update anything in the service area, remember it will take approximately 72 hours to update. But that's where you can find all of your app info under that 4.0, 4.5 section. All right, so now back to the home page, we do have that My Contacts section, which is going to be all of our contacts and all of our leads. All right, so under the My Contacts section on here, I'm going to show you how to add inside a brand new contact. All right, so I'm going to click that plus sign of My Contact and go to Add New Contacts real quick. Now, once again, if you have not created a contact of yourself, please do. All right, because at the end of the day, I want you receiving everything that any of your clients will receive too. All right, so in this case, once I click on Add New Contacts, all right, then we can add inside our brand new contact immediately. There we go. Now, once again, in order to add a contact, you do need 3 items. You need a first name, you need a last name, and you need some type of contact, whether it's going to be an email, phone number, or property address. All right, so in this case, I could add inside my name. I could add inside my my last name. All right, and then I could add inside my email address on here. And it looks like Firefox wants to automatically add that in. There we go. All right, now if I want to, I could click the Save option and be done up here at the top left. All right, I can call it a day. Now instead, under the phone number section, I could also add inside phone numbers. All right, I can add inside categories or subtypes if I want to make it a little bit easier to search through my database on the All Contacts section where we're basically viewing all of our contacts. Now the type on here is very crucial now. All right, so in this case, make sure whenever you're choosing your type that you choose it properly. All right, because you can actually set up types to automatically add those types over to different groups. All right, so in this case, you can't add additional types. You are kind of set in stone with what's available on here. All right, but you can add inside a buyer, seller, buyer/seller, lead, renter, investor, past client, agent, vendor, personal contact, or other. All right, so you have all those different options now. But based on what type you choose, when we get to the group section, you could automatically add these contacts over to that group. All right, now on the left-hand side, you also happen to have this lead section. Or sorry, not lead, status. I just read the lead real quick. All right, now under the status, once again, this is going to be very, very similar to type. All right, you want to make sure that whatever you specify for the status, that you choose and use moving forward. All right, so if you decide that someone is looking to buy or sell within the next 3 months, and you put them as a lead, then next time you have someone that's looking to buy or sell within the next 3 months, make sure you add them as a lead. All right, if someone's looking to buy or sell within the next 6 months, and you put them as hot, once again, when you have someone that's looking to buy or sell within the next 6 months, make sure you put them as hot. Now, this database is yours at the end of the day, so how you categorize everything is completely up to you. All right, so you can do whatever you'd like to. All right, but what I would highly suggest in this case is just going through and really utilizing those status sections. All right, and the reason that I highly suggest using that, all right, is because at the end of the day, you can actually bulk add contacts to your campaigns from the status. All right, now below that you have nickname, gender, company, and job title if you want to add that in. You can also add inside birthday and purchase anniversary if you know when someone's birthday is, right? Or of course when their purchase anniversary is as well, obviously when they purchased a home. Now for the birthday, you only need the month and the day, And for the purchase anniversary, you do also need the year. This will allow you to then send off basically email campaigns or print marketing campaigns for the next 4 years for contacts to actually receive something that says happy birthday or obviously congratulations on purchasing a home. You can also add inside notes for your contacts. That'll give you a date and a timestamp as to when you add inside that note so you can keep everything neat and organized. All right, below that, you can also add inside an address. Now, once you save this, you can add inside multiple property addresses. All right, so if you want to actually send out any type of print mail marketing, this might help out tremendously. You can also add inside secondary details for your contacts too. This will include the email and phone option, but just for you to view. Right? It won't allow you to just automatically email out multiple people from this contact. All right, so if I wanted to add inside, say for instance, my wife, I could put inside her name and then her email and phone number on here. All right, when I put inside the email and phone number, I would then want to set up a second contact if I want her to receive that too. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up. Now below that, you also happen to have the information and activity. All right, so you have the time frame, looking in, max budget, everything of that sort. All right, there is an option where you can send out a welcome email to the contact. I usually suggest avoiding that if you're utilizing the Playster website, because this will give them a password to access your eEdge website immediately, and I don't want to confuse them. All right, so I may suggest avoiding the welcome email just altogether real quick. Now, in addition to that, you also happen to have groups down here that you can add inside. Now, under the group section, you can actually go through and add inside whatever groups you may have already had created. All right. Now, we are going to show you how to create a group in a second, so even if you don't have any groups under here, that's perfectly fine. All right, so if I click that save option real quick, then the contact should have saved. All right, but in this case, it did not save because, as you can see, there were errors with the following fields. Your contact, Scott Leroy, already has this email address. So once again, you cannot have duplicate contacts. I want to make sure you guys know that. All right, I can have multiple Scott Leroys, but I can't have multiple Scott at scottleroymarketing.com. All right, so we'll block that in case you're ever importing a database or if you're trying to add another contact again. All right, now the contact section up here is where you can actually access all of your different contacts. All right, so this is where you can obviously see all the contacts. You can view people that have been recently active on your eEdge website. You can create a contact, which is what we just did. You can manage groups, or you can even import and export contacts. So if you want to have a backup CSV file of all of your contacts, you can have that at any time. All right, one of the biggest misconceptions I always hear is when I add contacts over to my database, they're property of KW. That is not the truth at all. I know some brokerages do that, but we have exported countless contacts for agents before. All right, you can export them at any time. You can delete your contacts at any time too. All right, now in this case, under Manage Groups, I would highly suggest adding in as many groups as possible because once again, this will help you out tremendously on your campaigns. All right, so once I click on Manage Groups on here, all right, then as you can see, you can add inside whatever group you want to. All right, so as you can see, automate your marketing efforts and manage your contacts more efficiently with groups. All right, new contacts can automatically be added to a group based on their contact type. That's what I was telling you about. All right, when added to a group, contacts are immediately added to any campaign or campaigns associated with that group. All right, so in this case, if I add a new contact and they are a lead, then it would automatically go over to the lead section, and then it would automatically add them to this campaign because it has it connected. So that way, instead of just having to add the contact, add them to the group, add them to the campaign, I just added them once, and now they're in 3 locations. All right, so this is going to make your life a lot easier having all these groups on here. All right, so for 33 Touch, for instance, if she adds a new buyer/seller, it'll add them over to the 33 Touch group. Then she could add inside a campaign to automatically allow any contacts inside that campaign to be added over immediately. All right, now to add a new group, it's pretty simple, and you can actually have up to 1,000 groups now. All right, in this case, you can put inside whatever you want to, but the 4 that I usually suggest, I'm going to add them over inside our little chat section, is 12 Direct, 33 Touch, 8x8 Buyer, and 8x8 Seller. All right, so those are the 4 that I usually suggest in the very, very beginning. All right, so all you have to do is just basically type inside what you want. So Scott Leroy, April 3rd. All right, so I can put inside a group name like that, click the Save option. All right, and voila, it automatically adds it in. Now, these are in alphabetical order right now, so if I scroll down, here's Scott Leroy, April 3rd. I could add contacts. I could add different type, different campaign. I can even edit the name, or I can delete it. I'm going to delete that because I don't think she wants that added inside on here. Yeah. Alright, so it's that simple to add inside groups. Now once you want to add inside contacts though, just click the contacts option at the top up here and go to all contacts so you can actually view your entire contact database. Here we go. Alright, now once we do that, then we can actually view all of our different contacts on here. Alright, so she's currently viewing all of them. It looks like they're sorted by the contact last activity on here in descending order. Alright, so you can sort them in different options. Alright, and you can obviously sort them in descending or ascending order, completely up to you. Alright, you can actually view their name on here. You can view what might be due. You can view their contact info if you happen to have an email or a phone number. Alright, for the group section on here, we can actually view, are they under any groups? Do we have any marketing set up for them? What's the price range they're looking for? Do we have any listing search options set up? Alright, if they are using the eEdge website, how many homes have they viewed? Or how many homes have they favorited? Alright, how did they become a contact? Alright, when was their last activity or when was our last activity? Alright, so if I click on Zachary, for instance, we sent an email to the client back in May. Alright, and this is almost a year ago. Alright, and then back in June, it looks like the contact opened the email from us. Alright, we can see their status on here, or we even have more actions. Now, all you have to do in order to add them over to a group is click the checkbox to the left-hand side of their name, or their contact, and you can check as many as you want to on here. Alright, and once you check that, then the bulk update option will display up here. Now, once you click on bulk update, you can go through and you can update a good amount of items. Now, you can either edit the records or you can send them to the trash. Now, if you want to bulk delete, you can also click on send to the trash, and then there's a permanently delete option on here. Now, if I click on edit the records, then once I click continue, there are a bunch of items you can actually update outside of just updating the campaigns of the groups. Alright, so obviously you can add or remove from groups or campaigns. Alright, you can change categories on here. You can change companies as well. Alright, you can obviously update the status on here too. Alright, or you can even update the history notes. Alright, so in this case, if I click on groups or campaigns, then once I click on that, I can click the add to groups option, and I can either add a group, remove from groups, add a campaign, or remove from campaigns, and then check any of the options on here of the groups that I want to add them to. Alright, so this will just make your life a lot easier because then it can just automate all of your marketing efforts for you. Alright, so if I want to add them to my 12 Direct, for instance, I can click on 12 Direct, click Update Now, and then that would automatically add them over. Alright, that's all you have to do. So I'd highly suggest going through and managing all of your contacts and all of your different groups, and then obviously adding your different groups to the different campaigns too. Alright, now at the very top up here in our eEdge backend, obviously you'll be able to search for contacts up here. You can always click the KW logo if you need to go back to the home page. The home option on here is going to display all of your leads. So if you're looking for the My Leads section, they'll be in the home section. Alright, contacts are obviously the My Contacts. Alright, listings and marketing on here are going to be the My Marketing section. So in case you want to create any marketing pieces, or maybe you just want to view different listings on here, you're definitely more than welcome to. Alright, and then of course we also have to have the messages section. This is going to be for My Email. Alright, so if you want to click on the messages option, you can actually access all the different My Email pieces. Alright, you can also view different reminders that you have available. Alright, or of course you can click on the account option at the top right. Now under the account section, this is where you can go through and update a lot of your information to auto-populate. So under account, you also have My Account. Now this is all the info that will auto-populate not only on your eEdge website, but also on your marketing pieces. So you want to make sure this is set up so you're working smarter, not harder. Alright, now once we click on that, as you can see, all of our information will display on here. Once we click the edit button at the top left up here, alright, then once we click on edit, we can actually go through and edit pretty much anything that pops up with a white rectangle. So if you want to update your name that displays on the marketing pieces, alright, you can do that. You can update your title. You can update your license number. You can update your cell phone or your office phone. Alright, you don't have to display both of them. You can display one or the other. Alright, you can update your designation. You don't really need to worry about your login because that's the eEdge login directly, so you can leave that as is. Now your external email on here, I'd highly suggest using your business email address. Alright, whatever your business email is going to be. Alright, whether that's going to be your KW.com email, a Gmail account, In this case, she's using your custom email. All right, completely up to you in this case. All right, because once you choose that external email, then from marketing reply to email, you can choose either the e-edge or external email. Now remember, whenever you send out a marketing piece from the platform, it has to come from that e-edge email. All right, but whenever someone actually replies back to it, it could actually come from or reply back to a different email address altogether. All right, so in this case, if I want to put my marketing reply to email as my external one, all right, then we're all good to go. All right, so on all of our marketing pieces, it would automatically display our external email. All right, and then of course, when someone replies back to it, at the very, very bottom, all right, it'll have our marketing email, but then when they reply back, it'll automatically change out to be this instead. All right, then of course, you also happen to have the marketing website. For the marketing website, you can change this out to be whatever website address you want to utilize. All right, completely up to you in this case. All right, below that, all right, we have our marketing address too. All right, so under the marketing address, this is where you can actually put inside your office address. All right, and then of course over here, you also have to have your mobile app. Now, if you don't happen to have your mobile app set up on here, and it just says app, kw.com/app and different items like that, the standard app one, make sure you put inside your app.kw.com URL. All right, on all email marketing pieces, there'll be an option to download the app. And when they click on download the app, that'll automatically link them back up with your app URL. All right, now obviously you can click the save option once this is completed. And this will automatically update all marketing pieces moving forward and all email campaign pieces that you've not personalized. Now there's also a section on here to add inside social media URLs. So if you do want to add inside your own social media URL, you're definitely more than welcome to. All right, or at the very, very bottom, you can also add inside your headshot under the website image and the marketing image, all right, or your marketing logo too. Now, if you happen to have a marketing logo, feel free to add that inside. You can also add inside a QR code as you're seeing on here, all right, or of course, you can feel free to add inside your own office logo. All right, at the end of the day, please do not put inside a generic KW logo as it'll automatically duplicate that for you, so watch out. All right, now typically the website image and the marketing image will be profile pictures, so feel free to put inside a headshot of yourself. All right, so that way it'll actually populate for you. All right, now the final thing I want to show you guys, and I know we're going a little bit past time, so I apologize, is under the marketing section. All right, so under the marketing section on here, we're usually going to have three options: Marketing Center, Manage Campaigns, and Manage Designs. All right, so under the Marketing Center section, this is a culmination of all of your marketing pieces you could utilize. All right, so as you can see, keep in touch with customizable marketing templates and campaigns. All right, so over here, you can actually view different marketing pieces that have been previously set up by yourself. All right, you have the monthly newsletter, which is actually something that Market Leader sets up each month, and this is the only campaign that'll never end. All right, so if you want to put someone on a monthly newsletter, they'll constantly get an email each month from you. All right, my campaigns are going to be all the different campaigns that you've created previously, so you can access them 24/7 to update it further. All right, my designs are all the designs that you've obviously gone through and tweaked. All right, then of course the images section on here are any images you may have uploaded. All right, or the mailing list section down here is the mailing list that you've actually added inside if you want to mass mail out different postcards, different flyers, different things like that. Design libraries where you can actually create all of your marketing pieces. All right, under campaign templates on here, these are all the different campaigns that you can utilize. All right, under email and video marketing, these are obviously different email and video pieces you can use. Remember, up to 5,000 emails per month are free to send out. All right, there's nothing above that at that time. All right, or at this time, so only 5,000 per month is what you can send out. All right, and then of course you have print marketing pieces. Once again, you can order print marketing, or you can just download it as well. All right, completely up to you. So the Marketing Center is just a culmination of all of your marketing pieces. Under Manage Campaigns, this is where you can actually find all of your marketing campaigns. All right, so these are going to be your drip campaigns you can use. All right, so as an example on here, everyone will always have the monthly newsletter active, but if you have 0 contacts or 0 groups on here, nothing is going to display. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up on that. All right, now she also has an active campaign on here, an 8x8 buyer campaign. Now there are usually 4 different campaigns that you can utilize, and we talked about them briefly earlier. It was the 12 direct, 33 touch, 8x8 buyer, and 8x8 seller. Now 12 direct is 12 contacts the entire year. It's about 1 contact per month for 12 months straight. The 33 touch is the bread and butter of Keller Williams. It's 33 contacts the entire year. All right, and in this case, it's usually a combo of emails and phone calls. That 33 touch typically launches in April, so the new one should be launching hopefully any day now. All right, then the 8x8 are buyer and seller campaigns, where it's 8 contacts in 8 weeks. Now, you are more than welcome to go through and update any of these campaigns at any time. You can delete pieces, you can add pieces, you can change email subjects, you can personalize pieces. All right, completely up to you. All right. Now you can actually view how many contacts are on each campaign or how many groups are on here. So if you add new contacts to the group, they'll automatically be added over. You can view how many pieces you have to send out. So in this case, for this 8x8, she has 6 emails, 0 direct mail, so it's going to be a free campaign, and then 3 activities to do. Of course, once the campaign is completed, you can actually select to add them over to another campaign of an either active or paused campaign. All right, or you can view the performance of each campaign to see how well the entire campaign is doing or how well each piece is doing too, all right, based on how many people have opened it or clicked on it. All right, now you can click the Add New Campaign option at the top right up here in order to add a brand new campaign. All right, so on here you can actually see all of your different results that'll pop up immediately. You can search by the delivery schedule, whether it's going to be a date, interval, birthday, or anniversary campaign. All right, birthday and anniversary campaigns obviously are only for contacts that you have a birthday or purchase anniversary for. An interval campaign will give you the interval between each piece. All right, so whether these pieces are coming out every 7 days, every 10 days, every 14 days, 30 days, something like that. All right, and the date campaign will give you the exact date a piece is coming out on. All right, so if you select a date campaign, sometimes that campaign may have started in the past, so some of those pieces may have already been sent out, so you won't be able to send them out again. All right, so anytime you start a campaign and some of the pieces were previously sent out for the date campaign, you'll start in the middle of it. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up on that. Because obviously if a piece came out, say for instance for Easter that just happened, all right, that won't be included inside your campaign because that's obviously already done. All right, you obviously can go through and search by collections, which are basically groups. So if you want to find all the different groups that are available, you're definitely more than welcome to see all those campaigns available under there too. You can search by the campaign title, depending on what you're looking for. All right, or you can actually create custom campaigns too and start from scratch. All right, so in this case on here, you can actually go through and view the interval campaign or the date campaign. All right, and then you can actually upload any of the templates that you want to from your myKW platform. All right, now you have to use the templates that are under the My Marketing section, but you can go through and tweak these even further. All right. So that's just kind of an overview as to how you can actually view all the campaigns. Obviously, you can get an overview of how you can see what's on the campaign. You can click the Choose This Template option to choose that and customize it further. All right, but then finally, under Marketing, you have the Manage Design section. This is where you can view all the pieces that you've created previously and saved, or templates that are available for you to use. All right, so under Manage Design, these are all the pieces that she's previously created. But then if you click on the Design Library option, you can actually view all the different design pieces that are currently available for you. All right, so with the regular eEdge account, you might have about 656 different pieces. Now you can also search for different keywords based on what you're looking for on here. All right, so depending on if you're looking for open house, just listed, just sold, all right, whatever it might be, or holidays, all right, you can search for that. You can search for listing-only pieces. That way it's just going to be a piece that features a listing that you can then go through and change out. All right, you can view email and video-only pieces, all right, or print-only pieces, whether you're looking for postcards, flyers, greeting cards, guides, or business cards. Now, if you're looking for listing of buyer presentations, those will be under the Guides section. So I just want to give you a heads up. All right, so if you click on the Guides option, for instance, and uncheck email and video, all right, all of your pre-listing, listing, and buyer presentations will pop up for you to use. All right, so I just want to let you know about that. Now, obviously, you can go through and you can also search through the collection too, depending on what you might be looking for on here. All right, and if it does say guides on here, or maybe if it says flyers, for instance, or postcards, then you know those are obviously going to be print marketing pieces. All right, but if it says email HTML optimized, that's going to be an email piece that you can then send out from the eEdge platform. Now, the cool part about the email pieces is it will automatically come out from the email with this email, all right, this little template that you've created inside the body of the email. All right, so it's not going to be an attachment. It won't be a link or anything of that sort. It'll display in the body of the email, so when someone opens it up, it'll automatically show for you. All right, so you can search for whatever you want to. So if I wanted to do this month in real, I'll do this one. It's all about you. I don't know if that other one might be ready to edit yet. All right, so you can get an idea as to what this piece would look like, and obviously you can personalize it even further, or just compose an email if you want to. All right, if you scroll down, this will just give you the filler template info, but this will automatically auto-populate based on your information or the account, my account section that we talked about earlier. All right, but you can actually go through and click the personalize button if you want to personalize this even further. All right, it'll give you all of your editing tools at the top up here, so you can actually edit pretty much anything and everything, including adding inside new images, new videos, new articles. All right, but then it'll also auto-populate with all of your info too. All right, so we can actually go down here and see how this will auto-populate for us based on what we have in our back end of our account section. All right, and obviously you can save these at any time or just exit altogether. All right, now in order to find the marketing section as well, you can also click the plus sign of My Marketing on here. All right, and go to Create Marketing Materials or Manage and Create Campaigns to access that back end immediately. All right, so that is it for our 1 hour overview of the myKW Academy platform.